Initial goals of the next strategic plan is really to build on success of the 2014-2017 strategic plan. It's guiding our activities for the future. It's setting the priorities of the association, defining really what the work of the committees are going to be. And finally, it's really, serving brand owners, consumers, and society at large. So pretty ambitious goals, I would say.
Well, we began the process at the very beginning of last year. It was a year-long process. As this is a roadmap for the next 4 years, we wanted to make sure that we were very detailed and thoughtful in our approach. We adopted a new methodology for this strategic plan, which we thought was very important. We, of course, reached out to our normal IP stakeholders, past presidents, current officers, current members, staff, and IP offices. But we also thought it was important to reach out to non-IP professionals to get a more holistic view of trademarks and brands. So we reached out to CEOs, marketing executives, business school professors, and government officials.
Well, there were a lot of interesting conversations had, and there were questionnaires filled out, there were actual kind of interpersonal dialogues, and in the course of doing so, we discovered, again, we were talking about the societal relationships as well as the impacts that brands and trademarks have on economies, on society as a whole, on consumers, consumer trust, and all of those relationships between trademarks, brands, associations, and how our new strategic plan was going to impact going forward.
So these are really the three areas we're looking into: the protection of trademarks and brands, the economic growth, the consumer trust, and finally, innovation.
Understanding and examining brands more holistically is important because that's the way that companies and consumers view products and services today, the holistic brand. And so we widened our approach to really reflect more of what's happening in society today and IP practitioners as well. So we're looking to promote the value of brands, to ensure that there's harmonization of the laws, and also ensure the protection of brands holistically.
As technology and new ways of communication come into play, we as an association also need to take that into account so that we can expand that level of trust while taking into account all of these new relationships that are building and how those relationships impact not only society and how we purchase things, but economic growth, economic development, as well as the brand equity, making sure that we retain that equity in brands because they're so important to that consumer trust.
Embracing innovation and change is extremely important to us. We see artificial intelligence, we see virtual reality, we see completely new channels of interaction between consumers and brands, between brands and governments, between brand owners and society. So as an association of brand owners and IP professionals, we first need to understand how innovation is impacting society. Second, we need to somehow educate our members. And third, we are a membership organization, so we need to continue serving our members. And there is no best way to serve our members than really look into innovation and technology and provide even more innovative solutions to our members.
It broadens and represents a broadening of what IP professionals work on today, which is not just trademarks and trademark protection, but a more holistic approach that encompasses brands and other related IP rights.
You can evolve, you can still retain that consumer trust and build those relationships in light of new innovation and take that to the next level.
We want to be ambitious, we want to be forward-thinking. We really want to better serve brand owners, consumers, society at large. And that means that we really need to understand, what's going on out there. And we really need to support the change that is taking place. And we want to be a key player within that changing society.